Well, it's obviously a worthy cause, and what promises to be a fantastically fun evening. And so hopefully we're all doing a good thing for these orphans in Soviet Union.
Obviously tonight's fairground themed. Is there anything specifically that you're excited about, bring back fond memories from childhood?
Well, I'm in charge of the bowling, so I'm especially excited about that one.
And of course, we're in the middle of Fashion Week. Have you been enjoying that as well yourself?
Yeah, in my quiet way. I look at all the pictures.
The nation is mourning the loss of Downton, but Julian's given us some hope there might be life after with a film. Is that something that you would be interested in coming back for, given the opportunity?
Sure, never say never.
What are you actually doing at the moment when you're not checking out pictures from Fashion Week and supporting wonderful causes?
I'm recording an album with my band. I'm looking forward to rehearsing a play at the National, which we're going to start rehearsing in April. And I'm developing a script of Julian Fellowes that I'm excited about pulling together for a film. It's called The Chaperone, and it's a period piece, and it's the story of a young Louise Brooks coming to New York.
See, Julian is an expert when it comes to period. What do you think it is about his writing that gives him that sort of special feel for that time?
I think he has an instinct for it. I think he has a genuine interest and a knowledge of history, and but more than anything else, it's just a sort of a gut instinct like he has for. I saw that Julian's book for School of Rock in New York, which couldn't be farther away from Downton Abbey, and that was brilliant as well. He's just a really instinctive, dramatic, and humorous writer.
Talking about brilliant, obviously fans will be really excited about the album. Can you tell us a little bit about what they can expect from that?
We're partnering up with some exciting people, which I can't really tell you about right now because it's under a lid of secrecy. But it's been thrilling for me because it's taken the music into a different level entirely, and we're going off in different areas, and it's been a wonderfully creative time. I love doing Downton, obviously, but it's. I think all of us are looking forward to going on to new things. Everybody would want to.
I guess my very final question. Obviously, looking back at Downton, it was a wonderful experience to watch it. For you, what's the most precious memory that you've taken away from being part of that very special series?
It's hard to answer that question because there's just so many memories. I think one of the ones I actually treasure is the very first read-through on the very first day when we all sat around this ginormous table in Ealing, and there was something about the story that just right that day took on a life of its own, and we all felt this buzz because we were all involved in a TV show that we were almost watching there at the table. It just sort of seemed to come to life in front of our eyes.
For me personally, a lot of my family have been affected by what this cause stands for and raises money for as well. I think, alongside it being obviously a super glamorous event and the timing with it being Fashion Week as well, it means that, we can bring in names and people that can come here and really show face and support the event.
We are in the midst of London Fashion Week. Have you been enjoying that yourself? Has anything particularly caught your eye this year?
I've been steering clear of it this year, actually, a little bit. As much as I enjoy the whole scene and everything, I'm keeping myself a little bit quieter this year. I play in a punk band now and I'm still acting, but yeah, I like to sort of keep my head down a bit every now and again.
In terms of acting, is there anything we can look forward to coming up?
Yeah, actually, at the moment I'm just about to start shooting something for America, which I can't really talk about, and then I go back out on the road with my band, and then I come back and shoot a small independent film about something that's very close to my heart, which is about depression and suicide, and just started working with a charity called Calm, which is basically, the number one killer of men under 45 within this country is suicide. So for me, that's going to be a real personal project for me that I'm really looking forward to doing. I think, art in any form should be addressing both social and political issues. I think that's why it's there and why we should use it. Obviously, something like male suicide isn't particularly focused on, and something like mental health isn't particularly focused on within our society because it's still, unfortunately, slightly taboo. So I think it's vital and very key. And like I said, it's a very personal project for me.
You're in the punk band as well. How's that going? How are you enjoying being a punk star?
It's going really well. Yeah, it's madness for me. It's like I've been so used to sort of like the film world and like being accepted by that world that all of a sudden having to prove myself somewhat more so within the rock and roll scene and the punk scene is terrifying. I was at a gig last night for a rock magazine and watching one of my favorite bands at the moment, and I did an interview for them, and it was I was so anxious. I got so nervous. It was weird, but I'm really loving it.
I just think this is a wonderful charity, and this is such a great space to celebrate it in. I mean, what a lovely event. But no, I'm just really, really delighted to be here. I'm just about to go to South Africa. I'm joining a series called Hooten and the Lady, which is for Sky, and then waiting on various options, whether I'm going back out to Malaysia to do Indian Summers Series 3, or possibly an American show that I've just done the pilot of before Christmas. So it's a weird period at the moment. I'm just sort of waiting and seeing what happens. So it's like an Indiana Jones. It's quite fun, kind of quite mental. It's sort of Ophelia Lovibond and Jessica Hines and Jane Seymour, and yeah, I think it should be quite fun. I'm playing a Russian baddie who fires a crossbow, and she's an assassin, so she's quite fun. So I'm looking forward to it. It's just like 3 weeks, and then we'll see what happens next.
You perfected your Russian accent yet?
I have a Russian accent coach who's is taking me through. So we will see. Hopefully it'll be passable.
Why is this such a great cause to be getting behind?
I think, anytime you're coming together to do something fun like Fashion Week, and you get a community of influencers together, and you can celebrate a fabulous cause such as the Fashion Fund, it's important to be here.
And obviously we're in the midst of London Fashion Week. What's most excited you this time?
It's so funny. I'm usually never here without Jesse, my boyfriend, and so this is the first time I'm here without him, and it's so crazy just trying to get your bearings together and get from place to place. And, Los Angeles and New York are incredibly familiar to me, but London is like a whole new world. So I think the most exciting part is trying to figure out how to get where and when.
Are there any particular collections or trends that you're especially excited about this season?
Socks. The socks with the shoe. I'm wearing them tonight.
What was it specifically about that out of everything else has made it stand out the most?
I think it's just fun and fresh and funky, and I really enjoy it.
What else have you got coming up yourself apart from the rest of Fashion Week?
Well, I launched the Glam app, which is an on-demand beauty app. I have a movie coming out, and my series Salem is back, so I've got a lot going on.
Can you tell us a bit about the movie?
Yeah, the movie, I play a young, struggling drug addict, and it's kind of like a whimsical, dark comedy, and I filmed it with Joey King, and it's based on a true story, and it's super fun.
And obviously Salem's coming back. What can we expect from that?
A lot of dark, exciting, fantastical fun.
I'm actually a really big fan of Natalia Vodianova's work, and I think what she's done is absolutely incredible. She's doing play parks for children, and that is something I will always support. And I come from Germany, and we have an amazing support system, and she is building that in Russia for disadvantaged and most children that live in areas that need play parks. So I'm a really big fan of hers. I'm really happy to be here.
And of course, we're in the middle of London Fashion Week. I guess the obvious question, what are you wearing tonight, and how have you been enjoying Fashion Week so far?
Manolo Blahnik, YSL, and this is H&M, the Conscious Collection. So.
Are there any particular trends or collections that have really caught your eye so far this year?
I saw Paul Costello yesterday, and I thought it was amazing. So I think that was probably the best thing I've seen so far. And I haven't seen that many, but to me that was beautiful and amazing, and I'm really happy I got to get a glimpse of it.
Do you know what? I've kind of had a really charitable year, so I'm kind of doing a lot more charity things. I think I'm going to throw myself into lots more charity projects this year. I don't actually know that much about the Naked Heart Foundation, so that's why I'm here to learn more tonight.
Obviously, we've been loving Take Me Out this season. It's been a very dramatic last couple of weeks.
We've had tears, tantrums, heartache, and we've also had lots of couples as well, and lots of wife swapping. It's been very naughty this year.
We almost seem to have an engagement on last week's show.
I think they're going to go the full hog. I reckon they're going to get engaged. Yeah, they are obsessed with each other. On social media, I did check up on them the other day, and they're like fully in love.
How about you and Mark? How was that experience in Casa Fernanda?
Mark is brilliant. We have a great relationship. We're more like brother and sister, so we can kind of confide in each other. And he's great at giving out the advice. He loves dishing it out.
And of the couples we've already seen, did you have a personal favourite?
Oh, God, I really liked Harry, but I think Harry didn't have much luck, did he? But he was a very lovely boy. I guess you kind of learn so much more about the couples because you actually get to spend some time with them. I think it's a completely different show to Take Me Out. I think they're kind of two different entities, but obviously they couldn't live without each other. But a lot of people actually just watch the gossip without watching the main show. I should be watching tonight, shouldn't I? But I'm here instead.
What else have you got coming up?
Oh, I'm writing a book, which with my friend Alice Levine, we're doing a supper club book. So we run a supper club, so we are writing that at the moment. That's out early next year.
What can we expect for that when we get to pick up a copy?
Hopefully, how to kind of make your own pop-up restaurant, supper club at home with some great recipes that's fun and easy to read. Keep watching because the support this year has been amazing. Everybody's tweets and kind of social media and everyone's involvement has been epic, and hopefully we'll be back again next year.
The Fabulous Fun Fair is in its second year, and last year was a huge success to raise funds for Natalia's incredible organisation, and so I'm just excited to be here to stand by her and have some fun.
You've had such a great career, such longevity already. It's Cindy Crawford's 50th birthday today. Was she an influence on you, and why do you think she's been so successful?
I mean, it's unbelievable to think that she's 50 today. That doesn't seem real. She's timeless, and she absolutely was a huge influence for me. She was from the Midwest, like myself, and has, to this day, still an incredible career. So I hope to be half as accomplished at 50.